Saturday evening and the steel tournament is finished. I must say it's quite an easy one. We had fun. We got a blueprint in my home fellowship. So now we're going to look at what to prepare for the next one coming, which is planks on Tuesday. Now I quickly want to show you yet again how my Orc City is going, because one hears so often that Orcs is a difficult chapter. Well, it isn't really. I'm doing quite nicely. I'm just not being impatient. I've got all my mushroom farms here are now fully upgraded. I've taken up the rally points to 3. There's one more being upgraded, and this one is going to go up as well, just as soon as I have enough of these Johnnies here, you see. I'll have those by tomorrow as well. I probably won't take them much above level 3, because the level up doesn't give you more, it gives you shorter production runs. And when a production run is 6 hours long, and you can get 3 in during a day if you are good, and if you're lax about it too, then increasing the production time from 166 to 200, you'll still only get 3 runs in per day. So I probably will not take them to level 4. Now here's just one other little error that I want to show you. If you look up top here, do you see there at the top, I'm in negative population, and yeah, how did that happen? Well, I made a mistake, that's what happened. You see, I have a whole lot of ancient wonders that I want to sell because their rune rings are full, and I wanted to build them in this expansion that I made over here so that I could then sell them, get the rune rings nice and empty again, break some more rune shards, and use the rune shards on my other wonders. Well, I built one there, you see, and then I discovered that you can't do anything with it if it hasn't got a road connection. And I had my beautiful magic dust manufactory over there, so there wasn't a way to get a road to this damn thing, and I couldn't move it somewhere else. So eventually, damn nuisance, I had to sell some houses to open up enough room to get a road in to the things so that I could sell it. So I won't ever make that mistake again, and I'm warning you, don't you do it either. Good. Now let's go and have a look at what we have to do this week. Right, well here we are. This is our weekly quick pick. Let's have a look at the info. Okay, I always forget to say this, so let's start off this way. Explore and complete some extra planks provinces. If you don't have the provinces, you can't fight in them. So if you've only got 4 or 5 and you want to do more than that in the tournament, make some more now, between now and Tuesday. Good. Pre-build planks, silk and gems. Let's go over onto the screen now to see why we say what we do. The enemy that you're going to encounter are the ancient orc and the dryad and the bandit. These are 2 light range types, and that's 1 light melee. If we look over here, it's a no-brainer what you're going to use against them, because you can use your heavy range troops. We'll take out those and those, you see. For a elf, that is golem. For a human, it is okay. Now your last of the 4 nasties is the orc general, who's a heavy melee. He's like the Sherman tank, and we're going to look at various strategies, but I always like to give you a one-size-fits-all, and if that's the case, the one-size-fits-all here is for elves 5 golems, and for humans 5 mortars. Okay, now you're going to ask me, how does one use those heavy ranged against this man here, who is, according to the chart, not affected by them? It is possible. I'm going to try and show you in a video. Provided there are not too many of them, then you can split them. So you'll send your golems or your mortars in a long line, and then these guys don't know whether to go for this one or that one, so they also get spread out, and then you pick on one at a time and take all 5 of your troops against that one, take him out, cancel the rest of the round, go and hide behind a rock, then next round pick another one out, all 5 of your troops, take him out. Even if you've got one left over, you still withdraw from that round, wait for the next round, all 5 take the next one out. So it can be done. if you have too many of them, well, then you need to introduce something. It would be very nice to use a mage unit. Unfortunately, the mage unit that elves have, which is the sorceress, is absolutely rubbish. They've completely, totally downgraded it to the extent that it means nothing. You could use this Blossom Mage. She's got a nice long hitting range, so you can keep her away from these things. But in fact, if you're an elf, I would say go for an archer. That's the ones I use. You will then have to do a semi-auto fight though, because the auto fight will take your archers and it'll go charging into battle and they'll get slaughtered. So if you're going to use archers, then keep them back. Skip the first round and then go forward with your golems and then let the archers come up behind where they don't get messed up. If you're a human, it's no problem. If you're a human, you would take your mortars to take out this mob here, and then you would put in 1, 2 or 3 or however many mix and match priests, because priests can look after themselves. They've got a nice long range, and you also hold them back. You don't want them to get in front of the troops, but priests will work very well. So there, in a nutshell, that's what we're wanting to be doing in this round. There's more detail here. There's a whole lot of stuff that you can read through if you wish. But essentially, you will try either 5 heavy range, and then you will put in, if you're a human, a priest, and if you're an elf, then you will put in a couple of archers. Simple as that. Let's go look at a fight. Okay, well, just a reminder, there are 8 provinces here, so it can't be a tournament. We can see the tournament is still going to start in 69 hours and 32 minutes. So we're looking at an ordinary one now. There are 2 fights I want to show you quickly. This is one of them. Okay, ancient orcs and bandits. From the chart that I showed you now, you want golems. In we go. Right, now I haven't looked, but there's only one trick I want to tell you here. The little trick is, don't worry about him. He's not really going to do you much damage. These guys tend to come at you like cockroaches. They crawl all over your golems and bludgeon them to death. So get rid of them. Okay, so there you go. Bang. There you go. Bang. Don't get all your troops bunched up in a corner. Never allow that to happen. Bang. And bang. Okay. And bang, and bang, and then bang, 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 bang. So we can hit the auto fight button, you see. Battle results. Okay, so we lost 1 or 2 golems, but you understand that's trick number 1 in this province. Ancient orcs, don't worry about bandits. Your big ones, your big problems are the orc general and the ancient orc. So let's go and look at another fight. Righty, here's one more. You'll notice that I have pre-scouted. I still don't know what's waiting for me inside these provinces, but let's look. We're going to try the 5 golems trick again. Sadly, I have to tell you that there wasn't a fight with lots of these orc generals. But if you did have to go for them, if there were 2 or 3 or 4 of them, then you would want to take out these guys because they can do a lot of damage. You want to take out these things because they're nasty. You wouldn't really worry too much about the bandits. You can have a shot at them here and there. But if you had a lot of these, then you would take out the troops that move fast. This lot here, they will tend to be sort of skulking in the back line. And then you would try to do what I showed you before. See, that's not long enough range, but it doesn't matter. You would try to spread your troops out in a line, because that confuses the ancient generals. So if there were many of them, then they don't have to go this one or that one, and some of them go this way, some go that way, and then you can pick them off one at a time. So this person here I think we want to get rid of, and I would be more comfortable to have that ancient orc right out of the way. And I think you can see that we will probably win this one. We don't want to get close to him though. So let's take out the light troops first, shall we? All of them. There we go. That's given him a headache. That's given him a headache. I think this one will solve this one's headache pretty permanently. And then we'll just sort this one's headache out now. And now, you see, this is where you can go wrong. Come charging forward, you're going to get smacked. So answer, what do? Don't come charging forward. Only go after Mr. Big Fat Slob, 5 troops at a time. Don't go 1, don't go 2, because you will live to regret it. So we skip a turn. Let him come forward. Right, and now we can just hit the auto fight button, and our troops oh my goodness, look what this stupid thing has done. Well, it didn't really matter, but walking right in front of another troop, how stupid can you get? Well, there you go. So that's basically 2 different versions of the fight in the Planks province. I think you should enjoy it. If you would want more info on this, or if you want help with the fight, come to Platinum Leaf. We have a section there where you can put a screenshot of your fight up, and then you can ask. We've got a lot of very good fighters, people who know more about fighting than I do, and we'll give you some advice there. Elvenar Platinum Leaf on Facebook. And if you want to see more of these videos, well then you just hit the subscribe button down at the bottom of this video. Thanks for being with me, and see you around. Bye.